All right, good morning, everybody. It is September 3rd. Alex Odepal, principal here at Columbia River. I'm coming to you from the 500 wing hallway, and I'm excited that behind me, you can see the work is happening, and I'm going to move inside and present some information for our weekly newsletter about the progress that we're making and about options that we're going to have for students who are driving to campus. So bear with me. Okay, I've moved inside, and it's Friday the 3rd still. It's about 9:15 in the morning here. And we just started our assembly schedule for period 2 this morning. Our students are in their second period classes. They've stayed in the rooms to review our student handbook. What a wonderful week we've had here, bringing everybody back on campus. So it's been a journey, and this is a brief message just to update everybody and to provide some what's ahead for parking in particular here at Columbia River High School. So I'm going to touch on kind of 4 areas. 1, safety. 2, our return to school and progress we're making with the facilities. And 3, what's coming for seniors, in particular class of 22, and what we can begin to think about for the class of 23 with regard to parking here on campus. And so kind of a hot topic. So I'm going to do a screen share and give you a little bit of information related to some of our progress. So I'll start with this first one. I want to thank everybody for how patient you all have been with our construction. One of the obstacles we faced is 99th Street at the start of this week was closed so that we could upgrade the sidewalks to make them ADA compliant. So we had to do some work out there on the sidewalks. And so that was, it provided a different challenge because part of the street was closed. And I just want to compliment everybody who drove so safely and making sure that they got to school on time. So I know that's a challenge for both pickup and drop off. And so second, I wanted to share with you progress that we've made on the physical structure on the west side. This is known as our senior parking lot. And I'm thrilled to tell you that we were able to open this up in part for students starting on Tuesday of last week, of this week. So you can see there are still going to be vehicles coming through here that are part of our construction partners and subcontractors efforts to make sure our campus is, 1, we're completing the bond project, and 2, they're going to be with us for quite a while. So we have a fence line that's right over here in this area that takes up the lanes that are closest to the 500 new structure. Okay, so this has been striped since this photo was taken, but you can see that the curbs are in, and there's quite a bit of parking space back there. And so what I've encouraged all of our seniors and our juniors to do is, this is your first stop. The front of our building will continue to be near the attendance stop. Sorry, the front of our building will continue to be for drop off for faculty, and there's a special select groups of students I'm going to mention here in just a second. So that's what the back is starting to look like. It's coming along nicely. We're really pleased with that. Just thinking ahead, we are not going to paint spaces back there. We are not going to number spaces for a couple more days. That'll happen on, well, we're going to start with the process, and that's Thursday at noon. We start with a survey to seniors, the class of 22. Who among you is going to need a parking space versus who among you really just wants to park? So there are students with transportation issues. We want to honor that and make sure our seniors, class of 22, is taken care of first. And again, next week, Thursday at noon, we'll send out just a needs assessment. Every day we've been looking at what needs we have. And I want to thank our security team, our district resource officers that are going out and checking our parking lot on a daily basis. This is a map from last year that I'm sharing right now. And much of this remains the same. And I just want to walk through this really quickly. So juniors, class of 23, you know and understand. And for our sophomores, who will not be able to park on campus. And also I have a closed campus, by the way, 10th grade. You are on a closed campus, just like the 9th grade. So you're to stay on campus once you arrive. So this map, let me walk through a couple things. This is the main building and the gymnasiums. We have the rock right over here. We have our field and stadium that's still under construction. This whole area right over here, will be in building in a couple of months. We'll have a new structure there. Stadium is still under repair and upgrade, and that will carry through January. And so the grandstand will still be there, but it's also going to be off limits as a hard hat area and a construction site. Faculty have been directed to park in the east lot, this lot right here. There's the flagpole. There are spaces available to students, which we will be assigning. These are all numbered. And so if you are looking at these spaces, there will be a number on the pavement and there a number that corresponds with a parking pass that sits on the rear view mirror. It's affixed there. So the pass will match the number on the ground. That's the faculty parking lot right over here. We have a couple of rows that we're going to open up for students to continue to park here in the east lot. This back row up against the far east side of campus will be taken up by some construction. They need to stage some of the materials and vehicles that they're going to be using to work and finish up the stadium and then that new structure right here in the 800 wing. Cascadia Tech, we call this area the Cove. So you have the entrance and it's right turn only when you're exiting. So this arrow is a little bit misleading. We want everybody making a right-hand turn when they leave the parking lot at all times. And there's a sign posted there that says the specific time where we have to have people leaving right turn only. There are some spaces here. Cascadia Tech students, running start students, students that are catching an early bus for magnet or for athletics, if they're in swim, if they're one of our swimmers, we're going to reserve these spaces for you and those will be assigned based on those needs. So if you're a senior and you're in running start, you'll still be in the Cove. And we call this area the Cove. You know that this area is the bus turnaround and we have faculty assigned to those spaces as well. Shout out to our bus drivers. This is a difficult entry and exit, especially if you're driving a bus that seats 54 human beings. So be very careful and avoid that bus turnaround if at all possible. The alternative is right over here. The church across the street, we have a partnership with, and I'm going to show you the map where you can park in the church parking lot, as well as up at Messiah Lutheran, another church that we have a partnership with. And we have 25 spots reserved up there at Messiah Lutheran. So this is, as you can see over here, at Messiah, it's about an 8-minute walk to campus. It's about a 3-minute walk from Kesed Church across the street. And then the perch is no longer there. The perch has now become part of the senior lot, the west lot. All right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We also have some spaces at Eisenhower Elementary. Some of you are a product of Ike, and so you can go and park in Eisenhower Elementary. It's 25 spaces up there that we have, and those are numbered. They're numbered at Messiah, and they're numbered at Kesed. So these spaces are numbered, and eventually we will assign those. Priority number 1 is taking care of our seniors, and again, that survey will be next Thursday starting at noon. It's a survey. You complete the survey, and that tells us your need. And again, if your need is that you are in Cascadia or you're taking a magnet bus, or let's say you may be having some knee surgery. I talked with a student this morning who said, hey, I'm going in for a knee surgery. I got an ACL issue. I need to park closer to the building. All students are still entering through the flagpole entrance, not through the flagpole, but from the east side into our main hall through that east entrance. All students. All right. We're going to open up the 500 wing. We're hoping for the 3rd, maybe 4th week of September. So we're going to open that up, and that will relieve some of the stress that's going on in the building. And shout out to all our teachers who are working with students in condensed or confined areas, and a couple of teachers that are teaching in classrooms that are not long-term. These are temporary fixes. And so I want to thank those that are in the media center, those that are teaching in the black box, those that have crowded spaces. We are going to get that addressed. We are addressing that right now. So those changes will be coming shortly. Again, seniors, class of 22, my hope, my goal is that on September 22nd, you have a space assigned to you. Class of 22 on the 22nd of September. That's the goal. And then shortly thereafter, we'll be able to open up that 500 wing. So that's the update for the class of 22. Class of 23, you're going to be right behind them, and we'll take care of you after we get done with working with the seniors. If we have more requests than spaces, there's a process that we will use. It's a lottery. We'll draw, and that's how we'll assign places. But we need to know who needs what and where. That's going to take place. So thanks again for your patience. That's a little bit longer than I wanted, but this is important. And the key is that you are being safe and we are able to get you in and out of the building safely. And I want to give a shout out to all of our students that participated yesterday in our safety drill. We had a terrific response, and we're able to, it was a fire drill. We were able to exit the building, gather everybody. All of our students did an amazing job in lining up. And the key is accountability. We take attendance. We had 100% attendance when we went outside and did our accountability. So we knew where every single person was. That's pretty phenomenal. And that only happens when we work together. So thanks for your patience. And I am thrilled to be back working with you. I hope you have a terrific 3-day weekend and continue to be on time, on task, and on that mission. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a terrific weekend.